So I'm going to start with a little background. In October, a team of GCU computer programming students comprised of Trevor Moore, Jordan Riley, and myself, Carter Rice, had the opportunity and the pleasure to participate and take first place at a opportunity hack, which is a hackathon put on by PayPayl. Now at this event, nonprofits from the local area come in and present to us current problems they have. We are then given the opportunity to pick a nonprofit and a current problem, and then given the next 36-ish hours to try and solve that problem by programming an application to solve the solution, to create a solution. Our nonprofit was Zuri Circle. Zuri Circle's main focus is temporary relief to those in need. Anything from handing out clothes to doing a food drive event. When they came to the event, they had a problem when it comes to how they were engaging their participants and tracking emails. As it was, they would put down a piece of paper and a pen, and they'd ask people to write down their emails. And you can kind of already see what the issue there was. That, of course, being it's hard to read what people write. On top of that, it's easy to lose a piece of paper and or find a piece of paper and wonder if you ever engaged with any of those individuals, which is a huge problem for growing. This engagement is key. Like I said, it's a huge problem for growing because Zuri Circle wants to grow as a fairly new nonprofit. On top of that, it's what lets people know that they were at least noticed when they came to the event, and then maybe promotes them coming again. So what we created was Zuri's Dashboard. Zuri's Dashboard is an online application where Zuri could log in, the Zuri Circle team could log in, create an event, and then after that be given a form that they could put on a laptop at the actual event. Participants would then come up, type their email address in, click enter, and just like that, we would send a thank you email to that person right away. That way, Zuri Circle no longer had to wonder whether or not they had made that initial engagement. On top of that, we gave them the opportunity to send feedback emails to participants, so participants could then click a link, be given a free form input box, and type however they felt about the event. And then we also gave them the ability to send just general emails with whatever subject or body they wish. Now, that's just an email service. How does that win you a competition, and how does that actually help the Zuri Circle team? So in this case, we did put a lot of cool technology in it, which helped us in the competition, but more importantly, we kind of looked at it from the butterfly effect perspective. It starts off with just that thank you email, and after that, it leads to possibly people coming back or giving feedback on how you can improve events. And then all of that together lets donators notice you, and then your events grow, and ultimately, the most important part, you're helping more people. So how do we actually do all this? Now, this is a bunch of our front-end technology, but that's not what's really important. What's really important is why we picked certain technologies. We had a criteria of we wanted things to be lightweight, and we wanted them to be easy to use. Easy to use is pretty self-explanatory. We want this application to be used for years to come and not to be confusing. And then when it comes to the aspect of lightweight, they're a nonprofit. They don't have a lot of money to necessarily pay for an application to be hosted. And as it stands right now, Zuri Circle pays $0 to host our entire application. As for the back end, the main thing to kind of know about the back end is we like to say float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Our front end floats like a butterfly and our back end stings like a bee. It's got a lot of cool technology that really stretches the data and uses it to its full potential. Some things most notably a machine learning model that I'll get to later. Now I'm going to quickly go through a bunch of our screenshots of the actual application, which Zuri Circle is now using. So here's an event creation, title, description, start and end dates, submit. That'll give you this form. This is what they actually put down on the laptop and allow people to type their email address in, hit submit, and then get that thank you email. After that, they're then in the events participants tab, so they can see all their participants that signed up. They have the feedback tab, which has, if the Zuri Circle team sent out the feedback email, they can receive those responses, and our machine learning model looks at the responses and determines if it was a positive or negative response. We then take those data points and chart them here in the circle graph. That way, at one glance, the Zuri Circle team can know whether or not the event was received positively or negatively. And then this is just the general email with whatever subject and body. So, you know, if you want to send out an alert to all the people in an event that another event is upcoming, they might want to attend. Here's just how the Missouri Circle team can plan their events and track upcoming events. Here's another reporting feature. We have all the events tracked on the bottom, and then we take the average of that machine learning score and plot that so the Missouri Circle team can judge different events compared to each other. Here that is again, just more granular and has the positive and negatives. Here's an example of the general email template and the thank you email template, the survey email template. And then just a little help tab, so that way they don't have to come find one of the developers to remember how to use the software. And then finally, smart integration equals positive results. This was kind of our ideology going into this entire project and event. We really wanted to put technology into our project that did something. We didn't want to just put it in there because we thought it was cool, because that's really easy to do at these kinds of events. But we had to keep in mind that we were actually helping somebody. So we wanted to give the Missouri Circle team tools that allowed them to grow and data that they were able to then use to better their events and thus help more people. That was really important to us. And then finally, the experience of it all. The event was awesome. It was a ton of fun to do. 36 hours is a lot of fun straight. And we had a lot of fun. And we're happy to say that Missouri Circle is pleased with their final product. And they're currently using it. We actually had our first Go Live event November 23rd. And they had over 300 people attend. And we had 90 people in the system. So super awesome. Thank you guys.